So finally, a brand new TV show starring Steve Carell. Hell yes. Space Force. So Space Force is a brand new Netflix show. It is 10 episodes long. Each episode's about 30 minutes. And the basic storyline, with no spoilers, Steve Carell's character, he is head of Space Force. And to summarise it, nice and easy, the mission is to get more people back to the moon. And that is your very, very basic storyline of Space Force. Obviously, there's like a bunch of side little things which I'll talk about later because they weren't that great, if I'm being totally honest. But the main mission itself, to get people back to the moon, and like every episode is something new they need to overcome or a problem they have. I loved it so much. Just that stuff of this show was so good. Now, cast-wise, obviously I've already said, Steve Carell is front and centre. He is so good, mate. Like, I was dying. There's this, if I haven't made it clear enough, this is like a comedy TV show, which I'll talk about the comedy in a minute. Let's stick to the cast. Yeah, Steve Carell, he was fantastic, mate. In fact, when him and John Malkovich are on screen, oh my God, I was dying, mate. They are so funny. Just the back and forth dynamic they have, you need to see it to appreciate it. I don't want to spoil it, but it is so funny, man. Everyone's pretty alright, man. There's a lot of like stereotypical people, a lot of like over-the-top characters. Some are really good, some are a little bit dead. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say who it is because it's kind of spoilery, because you know, you'll go into it and go, oh, this guy or girl probably sucks. So I'm not gonna tell you who I thought was a little bit lame, but not all the cast was that good. Now, comedy-wise, right, I would say 70% of all the jokes, they land. And of that 70%, there is some of them, oh my God, like episode 1 and 2, and there's one, I think, in 5, something like that, but halfway anyway. But the jokes in episode 1 and 2, if you enjoy those 2 episodes, you need to finish the show, because that is your type of show. I don't want to spoil anything. I know I've said that multiple times, but I really don't want to. But there is a few jokes. There's one joke in episode 2. I was dead, mate. Dead. I had to pause it on my PlayStation. I was laughing proper, man. As for the other, like, 30% of the jokes, it's a little bit cheesy, a little bit like, ooh. Most of the jokes landed, but a handful of them, they were a little bit lame. Also, I don't know how much this show cost, but it must have cost a few quid. The graphics, CGI, whatever, it was really, really good, mate. Just the budget side of stuff, you'll know straight away, this ain't no cheap-ass, stupid show. It's about space, the moon, training to go there, and all the stuff that comes along with it, rockets, whatever. The budget has to be good, and it was very good. And the last thing I'm going to mention before I go on to talk about the one thing that I didn't really like about the show. Netflix is like super notorious for being like heavily bingeable. Like every episode is a little cliffhanger and you must watch it. It's kind of refreshing. Space Force isn't like that. You could watch one episode, then another one, and then totally leave it for like a day or two, whatever, and you come back to it. Every episode is quite self-isolated, which is quite nice. Obviously, if you're greedy like me, then you could just blast it out anyway. And now for my one like big negative. The side stuff, like with the side characters, side storylines, I didn't really care, man. You could tell they're trying their best to give it some like real emotional weight. Kind of falls flat, I'm not going to lie. And just, I don't want to talk too much about it because it is definitely spoilery. But there's some side stuff I did not care, mate. I just want to see people trying to get to the moon. And that was all I wanted to see. When I did see that, I was extremely entertained. When I got the other stuff, it was a little bit dead. In fact, to summarise, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give Season 1 of Space Force 7 nerds out of 10. If you like Steve Carell, or you like space, or you just want a brand new comedy-centred show, you will not be disappointed with this. If that doesn't sound like anything that you care about, probably best to skip it. I can't see anything else that you're really going to like be drawn to. Ladies and gentlemen, have you seen Space Force? Please let me know in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.